Hi everyone, you're watching FX, and in this video I'm going to make technical analysis for the coming week. And the sponsor of this video is simplefx.com. Offers Forex and cryptocurrency CFDs trading. And now you can deposit with Bitcoin. Please check description for the link to SimpleFX. Okay guys, so let's start with our technical analysis for this coming week and see a little bit what happened this previous week. So you see right now these are results for my trades on this little account. So it wasn't too bad. Again, something 100 plus pips I made, and it was profitable week. Okay, and this coming week, I'm not sure if I will be able to trade actually, guys. I'm telling you ahead, well, probably whole October might not be possible because I will be traveling. I really hope I will have internet, so I will continue to make my technical analysis every Saturday. Maybe if not Saturday, Sunday, but I will try to release them on Saturdays as usual. And because on the go and what's happening with all the things in the world, I'm not sure that I would want to risk of trading. I do have still accounts which are trading with expert and EA, so I'm keeping an eye on it. That's why I will be, of course, still following what's happening in the Forex market. But will I actually be able to show you the results of my manual trading? I'm not sure, because I'm saying I'm not sure if I will be able to trade. So this coming week is going to be a pretty much important week, because so the main news I will be looking at, of course, we have American news non-farm payroll, right, on Friday. So could be very interesting, because with what happened with the hurricanes, if you would see the forecast, it's pretty much low compared to the previous results. So could possibly affect dollar quite a lot, but who knows, right? Can't say guarantee anything, so don't know. But I will be, of course, watching it, see what's going to happen, and maybe if it's going to happen, possible for me to see to go for trades. So, and of course, for a euro, important news are going to be possibly this referendum in Spain. So of course I will be watching what's going to happen in Spain. Is it going to happen on Sunday? So you know, Madrid says it's all illegal, but they want to continue with referendum. So it could be also very dangerous for euro. So maybe the opening of the market could be with a gap, just like we saw it previous week, because election in Germany. So just pay attention on it. I will be watching it. And of course, we do have Brexit again. I think Theresa May is going to have a speech in Manchester. So it's 1st October to 4th October. It's not in economical news, so it's now we're talking for pound. So you need to check, just browse on the internet and see when all those events happening. And of course, it can affect market and the movements on pound. Of course, the euro, pound, pairs, right? All the pairs with pound. So, and of course, for Australian dollar also will be some rate decisions. So that's also, I'm telling you, this is what I will be looking for, right? And what I will be paying attention on. And rates might not be changed as expected, but there will be some speech, because there was something that talks about that they might change the rates, okay? So that's why I would think maybe some speech would make some movements for Australian dollar. So, and of course, don't forget about with any news can happen with North Korea, what's happening, right? Because the market affects a lot of this. And also we have in America this new Trump's tax plan, which should be approved by the government, and should be approved, I believe, in October now. So, but when exactly, I don't know, and that's what I'm saying. Need to watch and see, follow the news. Okay, so these are my main news I just told you. What I will be paying attention, okay, for this coming week. So now let's just look at the main pairs again. Okay, so what do we have in euro dollars? You can see it's a bigger chart for our chart, so you can see what do we have, and it did exactly as expected. We see the pair does look like in head and shoulders pattern, and it did create it as kind of head, and you see this week it was dropping and touched the one of the levels of the neck level, which I call it, right, and a little bit reversed right now. So nothing unexpected happened with euro dollar, so it worked well. I had sell on euro a few times. I sold it, except remember when I said to you last week on Friday I should have really sell it, when I said I didn't want to sell it because it was Friday, except it broke all the levels, and you see how beautifully it's actually continued all the way down to the neck area. So see, afterwards it's turned around a little bit, created double bottom kind of inside the shoulder area, let's say, and started to a little bit recover. I didn't go for the buy trade, so only I did was sold on this movement down because this is what I was expecting, and that's what happened. So we do have all of this, remember, because American dollar get a little bit stronger because of the interest rate. Okay, so they're expecting to raise the interest rate. So, but of course, all the attention again will be on this different economical news events to see if they're actually going to do it or not. So it will be all this playing games again around all of this news. Okay, so that's why the reaction was like this. So what's expecting now, of course, is it's in the shoulder area, like just I said to you with the news. Depends if referendum in Spain might affect or anything, so could be gaps or could jump. Of course, if it's will get like really bad, and well, Catalonia will separate, so possibly euro can drop. Okay, so could be possibly, so that's what I would expect, of course, the first drop for euro. And so what depends again, will it jump or will it drop? So these are my levels as usual. So this is what I have, and I will be waiting for it to reach one or another level. So if there is no gap, so I'm just saying possibly it will recover and like create any consolidations around those levels. So it's pretty much that's all. It's quite easy with euro dollar, and of course if it's on a bigger chart we can see if it is actually a head and shoulder, but on a daily chart, then of course the expectation would be it will create a shoulder, right, and will possibly come back to the neck area, maybe a little bit slow down and continues the way down. Okay, next level we have here. So that's the main expectation, but we know that it never works the way you really want it 100%, so it works just wherever it wants, and it goes where it wants. So of course there is also quite good possibility might come to the shoulder area. Maybe it will have a little bit of consolidation here and actually might continue its uptrend, right? So it might still go up because we still have a little bit of area here, so it could possibly try to continue its way, because you know if head and shoulders doesn't work as head and shoulders, it could be three tops. So we have 1, 2, and it could be third top, which is usually higher. Okay, so it could be three tops. So that's why I'm expecting any movements, but of course the main would be looking as a pattern. But like I'm saying, that's why you see even this week I was saying to you the market is kind of in a bit confusion, right? So it creates us a triple top and creates us a head and shoulders, so it wants to go down. At the same time it doesn't want to give up, and because it could be not very good news for US, I don't know, non-farm doesn't look promising, so that's why I expect it could possibly jump up. So yes, it could possibly continue and go up. So you see that because of this all opposite news completely to each other, what's happening in Spain, what's happening with UK, and what's happening in America, good news, bad news, so anything can happen. That's why just wait. I would wait for any consolidations at any levels, and then just do exactly as what I do, placing the orders both directions. That's it. So this is what I have for euro dollar. Now going for pound dollar, and I also had sale orders for pound. Sold it, and of course just as expected, remember we had this head and triple top, and then we had this important level. That's what I was waiting for it to break. It's broke, so went down and stopped by the uptrend previous channel level. You can see it here on the bigger chart, you see, so it stopped around here. Of course I was waiting for it to break, and again, as you can see, the first expectation, if there are talking about Brexit again, not very good for UK, so it could possibly continue the way down. At the same time, might be not very good news for American dollar. Pound can turn around, okay? And here is So the one thing, waiting for it to break, so consolidation around this level and break it, right, and continue way down. At the same time, it could be looking as a double top. Okay, so that's what I see. It could also consolidate, maybe around here, maybe a little bit high, again closer to this level which it just broke, and possibly create a second top. So you see, it's all would depends on what the news are going to come this week, because technically it's very confusing right now. It's just, for me, it shows that the market can't decide where to go. People just don't know what to do. Shall they buy pounds? Shall they sell pounds? Shall they buy dollars? Shall they sell it? It's all not understandable for many, and that's why we have very pictures with different signals. Okay, signals go up and signals go down at the same time. So just continue the same as I said, waiting for new consolidation. That's important level. That's important level for me, and that's what I will be waiting. You see, because I'm saying it could possibly be double top. It does look like it could be double top, but at the same time, it just can slow down a little bit and then break down. So all depends, I believe, on the news. So watching the news, see what they're going to talk, the speeches, and of course American news on Friday. Okay, and dollar yen, I had no trades for it. Also, you can see this is where we had previous week, so it went up a little bit to the level, went down around this. I didn't want to risk it because it didn't create nice channel around here. So it's 1 hour chart, it's more like a little double bottom. It looked, so could be a possible trade as double bottom to see that pattern type, but I didn't go for it. So you see it went up. I created here double top. Now it's all around this important level. Okay, so what to look again for dollar yen, of course, with all the news. Okay, so what's the news that will be coming for dollar? Well, of course, don't forget about if there is anything coming from Japan, and if something with North Korea. You know, with North Korea, most of started to invest in yen. It's right here at this level, you can see, and at that point it's what, maybe like a little shoulder head, maybe another shoulder, and continue and go back down. At the same time, could be just sitting around here and then continue the way up. You see, so all gives about the same, not changed much from the previous week. So didn't had big movements or anything, not in a really trend, just this little uptrend. But on the bigger picture, it's not going anywhere much, right? So can't, again, cannot decide where to go. You see, even in here, first I thought it could maybe be a head, a shoulder, then maybe it will be a head. But you see, it did try to break it again this week, but didn't go, didn't create as that shoulder. So it turned around, as I'm saying. In here, I'm not sure if I will be going for it before the news event. So I would probably just wait for the major news event and see if it will create something before that. Unless, of course, if maybe market will take the news straight away and started to move in a week. But I'm not sure, because if there will be something, again, my main pairs is euro dollar, then it's a pound dollar, and more kind of news for there. But for dollar yen, I see more news as for non-farm. So just maybe I'll just wait for it. And just like I'm saying, I have both levels. I have this level and I have that level. So if it will have any good consolidations around those levels for a few days, maybe before some news would come, then I would maybe have a look for a go for the trade. So we will see. Okay, so now going to Australian dollar. Just like I said, will be news also for Australia, so don't forget about those news. And on a bigger picture, you can see it's also did exactly as expected. It's created as the top, okay, and kind of reached this neck, let's say, area. So saying neck is because also it does look like we have double top, but at the same time they stop a little bit higher than the previous. So what could possibly happen here? You see, this level could be a little bit higher, maybe just using that little top a little bit lower. So I just placed it here, but just watch out for this area, because at the same time it could possibly be a shoulder. See, so it could possibly turn around now and create a shoulder. And again, you see, two different signals. One, it could be shoulder, the other one it could be a top, right? So it could be double top. And again, why does it happen? Because we do have different opposite news, okay, coming. So it could be good news for dollar, could be good news for Australia, and the other way around. So it could be bad news. So I think Australian dollars news are coming before American news. So that's what I'm saying. If nothing expected, maybe for much for Australian dollar, what kind of movements could be? Maybe it will continue down to this level. Maybe it will break it a little bit, come back, and then depends what type of the news are going to be for American dollar. Okay, that's what I'm saying. So it could possibly create a double a shoulder, head and shoulders, right? Okay, so could be double top, could be shoulder. So any movements around here. So that's what I'm saying. Before the news, I wouldn't go for any trade. Just wait to see how market prepares for before the Australian news coming, and probably just wait for how the market prepares for American news coming. Okay, so I do have, like I'm saying, it's around this area. So maybe it will go down a little bit and consolidate around this area, maybe a little bit around this level, but anywhere around those two levels. So just I will just wait for any consolidation and wait for where it can go. Just like I'm saying, well, okay, let's say if it's a good news for Australian dollars, so that's what I'm saying, maybe before the news it will go a little bit, consolidate, and if it's a good news for Australian dollar, can go up, could possibly be stopped by this level, okay, could possibly be, and if there are bad news for American dollar, okay, it can continue and create this shoulder, okay, so at the same time, it's all can go the other way around. So if the same good news for Australia, maybe it will go up there. If there are good news for American dollar, then it's just probably will try to drop and maybe even break that level. Depends. That's what I'm saying. It's really hard to say because the news. So I can't say good news how the market will accept the news for Australia and for American dollar. But you can see we have two scenarios. Okay, so just wait for consolidation and try to play on the news. But like I'm saying, if you're the beginner or something and you're not sure, then you have to be very careful with news because it's news events that can move any directions and could be sleeperages, it could be bigger spreads, so just be careful. But this week is kind of quite full with news, and like I'm saying, could be different results of the news. So but this is how I would play with it. Okay, so if anything reasonable, I didn't trade it this week because I was playing with my main pairs, so I didn't go for the trade. And like right now, I wanted it a little bit more get to this area. So for this week, as I'm saying, I will be looking at this area, creating any consolidation around here, and then placing my orders as usual both directions because it could go anyway. Okay, dollar Canadian also I had no trades for dollar CAD. It just, you can see it's continued and sitting in the same channel. Go on a bigger chart so you see a bit better. So you see it's sits in that channel. Now it's this downtrend. It's tried to break it out. We also have this level, and if you would look, it's a shoulder again, yeah, and then we have a head. So what does it tell? Of course, the first thing that possibly it should continue the way up, okay, to create us a second shoulder. So it could go up, then could go drop, right? Okay, back to this level, and then we're going to see, okay, so if it's going to be shoulder, or it could possibly be 1, 2, and the third top, right? So the third top, so it could go a little bit higher, then turn around and go down. So again, you see, could go anyway. And the main, of course, the main signal is more as a looking like a head, okay, head, and should create us a shoulder, something similar to this movement, okay, went up and do some of the shoulder. Just like again, depends what kind of news we're going to have. It can easily happen, okay. So what I would do, of course, if it will give me anything good around this area, it will give me some nice channel before the news event. Just don't forget to check out also for Canadian. just to make sure if there is anything can affect it. But the main, of course, American news for me would be much better if it will create something here, and then of course depends if there will be good news for dollar, then we will see it's going up, so creating that type of kind of more looking like a shoulder. At the same time, if possibly it will be bad news for dollar, then it should probably come back into our channel, so try to break it finally. So could be this week finally break out from this channel. Okay, so it all depends how strong the news are going to be and how the market will react, because it's been going for a few weeks and no didn't come out from it at all. So it tried to come out but went down, up and down again. So hopefully this week it will happen. So that's all for dollar cards, so not that bad, not hard to see what to look for. Okay, euro pound. So euro pound I didn't touch, just like I was saying, I wouldn't go for it because euro and pound kind of moving, not making huge moves. And I had this little level, which you see I draw it just to see maybe it will create as a double bottom, maybe it will be like a triangle, but we had this little level here. See how it worked out? It stayed inside, didn't break it. So just like I was saying to you, if you look on the bigger chart, it might be like you see like this pattern. We had like something like a flag, so it could also possibly be like a flag. So that's why I probably wouldn't go for it unless, as I'm saying, maybe there's like Brexit news, maybe will make moves on pound, maybe will affect. So maybe this, let's say, with euro again, with the referendum in Spain. So yes, it could possibly be big movement. So could possibly be not right now. It's not understandable what exactly market follows because of all of this, like balancing each other, right? Some news coming from there, some news coming from here. So with this, that I'm saying on the bigger charts, you could possibly see maybe it started to be like a little downtrend, like a little, also still looking like a flag pattern, okay? Or it could possibly just continue inside these two levels, okay? So I'll just leave it as it is and see what do we have on the smaller charts. You see, I don't think I would go for any trades this week. So, but if it is like it was, you see, it was sitting here, I was thinking, well, if it will be something major, then breaking that level to break it properly and then continue the way down. See, but it didn't happen. I tried to break it, but come back and was sitting in it all week. So those two levels are again staying in watching areas, and I would see if possibly it will go to any of those levels, sit around them, but you see, don't forget now about this level because it could be this little downtrend starting, right? Like starting like this. So then possibly to place again the orders both directions. Okay, so go to here, consolidate, expecting it to go up or go down, staying in here a little bit, consolidating, and then do not forget about this one. Would rather to see it a bit more closer to that consolidation, and then either breaking down or turning around. So either direction would be possible. Okay, so now we're going to gold, and I had trades for gold as you saw on the screen. I sold it, okay, so a few times actually, and that's what I didn't like with the other broker I'm trading. So that's what I was saying. I'm not sure if I will actually continue. Well, it all depends. I will be traveling, but when I'm trying to get out from the trade, it's like when it moves fast, it's very hard to get out at kind of price you want to, because it's much slower than it should be, I believe, because I was trying to get out at a nice price, but it waited like for a few seconds, and then the market went into not as good price, and they come out with a smaller profit, still with the profit, but not as good as I wanted. So what did we have here? You see, I'll show on the daily chart. That was one of the important levels where it stopped last week, and I was telling you I would wait for it to sit and consolidate around this area. Okay, so I was waiting for something similar to this, but around this level. And you see what happened on Monday. Remember, there was a reaction on North Korea when they said America declared the war, and this is what happened. Everybody started to buy gold, so it jumped, but it didn't consolidate. That's why I didn't go for any trades. Okay, I was just waiting. Okay, let's see what's going to happen next. Will it actually consolidate around here? And then I will be buying from this level, hoping it will continue go to at least close the gap, okay? But then America said, okay, the North Korea was wrong, no declaration of war, so, and you see this reaction, oh, okay, so it all goes back to normals. So went back to this level, and I was waiting, okay, if it's back now here, I would wait for it to break it, so it's broke, I sold here, and actually I sold a little bit here. This is what I was saying, I was trying to close the position a bit better, but it didn't let me to close lower, because I expected it to sit and break something like this. Seen previously that spike, I thought, okay, maybe it will break for a short time, so I tried to get out a bit better price, but I still come out from the trade. And of course now what I will be waiting is it broke this one of the important levels, so I saw, okay, maybe possibly it will create something like this a bit more horizontal way, okay, so maybe around here, but started to break. So next week, expecting again, I will wait for it to create anything around here. So if that broke and will continue down now, I will wait for it to come to this next level. So that's how it would be for me. Okay, so I would wait for it. If not, maybe it just broke, and again, if there is anything from North Korea, maybe it's something would happen with this referendum in Spain, maybe. Who knows? Because you know, if there is like some uncertainty happens, then gold reacts, like especially if the war is declaring or anything like that. So of course I would expect it to go up again. Okay, so I'll just wait for any consolidation. Hopefully it will create something like this, so maybe will not have a big gaps or anything. We'll create something around here, and then I will be then looking again for placing the orders both directions to sell and buy, of course. So then I would think it probably would ignore this level and try to go back to at least this level, but at the same time it can consolidate and continue break and go to the next level here. So you see, this is what happened. I mean, it's been going for a while, so we need a bit of correction, because that was just a fraction of the what happened in North Korea, okay? So, but slowly continue to weigh down. So it would be nice if we just have a little bit more consolidation around here, but no, okay. So maybe it will slow down a little bit here and do something like this around this area. So maybe it will be something like that. So that's why I will be looking for it. I will be looking for any good consolidation around this area. So this is how we do. I will be looking with gold and the pound yen. Well, okay, so pound yen had no movements. You see, just as expected again, it's created shoulder head and looks like it is a shoulder. Okay, so and now all depends what news are going to bring. Of course, if it is pattern, first thought of, okay, it is a pattern, it should break that and go down at least to next level. Okay, this level could be that level where it should slow down, possibly. So that's the first thought, head and shoulders. So if not, then waiting for breaking up this level and of course going up, and this could be possibly stopping point for it, maybe slowing down or continue the way up. Okay, so just would wait for breaking one or another level. So that's it. Not much happened with pound yen. So all the movements inside, I wouldn't personally go for the inside, well, except I don't trade pound yen, and pound yen is it's quite wide channel, but usually if you trade pound yen, you probably would go for bigger time frames. So that's why I would see and wait for breaking any of these levels. Of course, any consolidation, one level would be nice, or another level, and of course, like I'm saying, if it is shoulder, then it could continue the way down. If it's not, of course, it can go up either from that level, also from that level, and break up or break down. So we do have the same levels, nothing's changed. So that's how I would walk around. So that's all, guys. I hope it was useful for some of you. Don't forget to subscribe. Like it, share it with your friends, and happy trading. Just don't forget about all the news I told you. Have a look and check and make notes about everything, because by the look of it, okay, with all the news, the week could be very messy, could be jumps ups and jumps down. That's what I would expect, of course. It can do whatever it wants to do, right? Okay, so it can take news how it wants. I mean, it could be movement one direction, it could be movement the other direction. So just don't forget about all of this. And it's like I'm saying, just browse for all this news, political news, economical news. Don't forget about it. Okay, so happy trading, and I see you next week. Bye, everyone.